So like a lot of you out there, about an hour ago, I was out there getting coffee, and somebody actually said to me, what is a real estate company doing at a conference like this? Which honestly is an excellent question. About an hour ago, I was over there getting a cup of coffee, and I heard somebody just kind of overheard them saying, why is there a real estate company at an automotive conference? Which is really quite an excellent question. We're only going to take about 10 minutes, but during that 10-minute period, we're going to explain to you exactly why there's a real estate company at an automotive conference. I'm Randy Saperstone. I'm the Vice President of Advertising Sales at Realtor.com. This is Kristina. She's our Executive Creative Director at Realtor.com. Please don't worry about taking notes. There's a QR code at the end of the presentation, which will have all the information that we're about to talk about. So the first thing is, I'm from New York, but I love LA. It's really seriously one of my favorite towns to visit. I'm out here 3-4 times a year. Your beaches are beautiful. The sushi out here is better. Your baseball is better this year, at least. Interestingly, about 4% of the total listings on Realtor.com are LA listings, and you probably already know this, but they're extremely expensive. So that's likely no big surprise. We're actually a big site. We make up about, or we have about a quarter of the United States searching on our site in any given month. And at the same time too, what you'll see is that we're the #1 site that real estate professionals trust, and that means that the people who come to the site, the consumers that are on the site, these are the most high intent folks because they're the ones who are going to buy homes. And the people who buy homes are also going to buy a lot of other things to fill up the home, and perhaps because of the life stage change that happens during the process. So let me move on. I said I'm from New York. This is a picture of me and my family as we were moving. Clearly this guy has a lot more hair than I do, so it's actually not my family, but I went through the same process that I think most of us did, which was I was living in a major metropolitan area, and I moved to the suburbs of New Jersey. And in the process, what I realized is I needed a bigger car. I had one kid. I was going to have a second kid. And I upgraded from a very small sedan to an SUV. My wife didn't have a car, so we actually went from one car to an SUV, and actually wound up buying 2 cars in the process. And from there, I started talking to Chris, who I work with, who's in the audience over here. And Chris and I started chatting, and we said there's got to be a connection between moving and automobile purchase. And what we decided to do is we spoke to our friends at TransUnion, and we put a whole study together. And what we found was really, really astonishing. It took about 3 months, but what they came back with was that all people who move, whether you buy or you rent, when you put that whole group together, those folks are 3 times more likely to buy cars than people who don't move. It's really a staggering number. 3 times more likely to buy or lease a car versus people who don't move. And so we know marketers are always looking for an edge. We know marketers are always looking for kind of another way to look at things. This is your edge right here. 3 times more likely to buy or lease a car, people who are moving. And when you quantify the entire process, I think Tanya had said there are going to be about 15.7 million automobiles sold in the next year. Movers represent about 10% of that entire number, right? So that's a lot of automobiles to be sold to people who are moving. And at the same time, too, when people close on their homes or when they move, that is typically the time that they activate on the automobile purchase. So it's critical that you get in front of them during the home search process, prior to the close or prior to the move if you're renting. And interestingly, Realtor has a tremendous amount of first-party data. We're able to target people who are moving from a city to a suburb because we have IP address of people who are searching, and we have the zip code as to where they're going. We also can tell if they're looking at a 3 or a 4 or 5 bedroom home versus maybe a smaller home or apartment. Luxury home shoppers, we can look at home price If it's $1 or $2 or $3 million homes, we can target to those folks. And then also eco-conscious shoppers, people who have plugins already built into the home, solar panels, people who live in areas that are a little bit more eco-conscious, we can target to that too. So we have a lot of first-party data to be able to target the automotive messaging too. And we also do brand creative beautifully and organically on the site. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Kristina, who's going to walk us through some of the brand creative that we've put together in the last few years.
Thank you. So, we didn't really just want to stand up here and tell you why home shoppers are an untapped audience. We really wanted to show you how we can help you reach them on Realtor.com. So I want to start in our editorial section where we're writing about the connection between home charging and electric vehicles, answering frequently asked questions, and giving pro tips. Now let's move into a search results page. So these are the pages that kind of represent the neighborhoods where our users are searching, and they show all the homes for sale in that area. So you can see this high impact placement right at the top of the page that's really driving home that messaging. And let's dig into an even more targeted message. So beach-ready Broncos for users who are searching for homes in beach communities. You can also filter your home search by the size of the garage, and then we can show really tailored messaging to these users who clearly care about where their car is going to live too. Now I'm taking us over to a new construction page. So buyers of new construction homes can actually customize the house as it's being built. So we can imagine them choosing their quartz countertops and choosing their all-leather interiors. I could keep going on and on about this. So, adventure-ready cars for adventure seekers who are searching for homes with a view. And compact SUVs for growing families who are searching for homes with 4+ bedrooms. Now we're moving over to our listing details page. So this is the page that has all the details about a home that a person is considering buying, and also all the photos of that home. So in that photo gallery, we can use some interactive creative to learn more about our users' lifestyle and match them up with the car model that's just right for them. And also on this page is where you'll find our commute calculator. And this is where we've actually created a custom sponsorship opportunity that's exclusively for the auto category. And so it adds in a commute cost calculator, which can also be filtered to add in the cost savings if that person were to switch to an EV. And we know that these EV buyers are going to care where they can charge their new electric vehicle. So it also includes sponsorship of our neighborhood map, which shows all the EV parking availability around that house. And that's all we have for you today, but just as Ranty mentioned, you can use this QR code to download this presentation, and make sure to check your table. We have chocolate bars that also include this QR code. And that's all. Thanks so much.
Thank you.